All right, good afternoon. Today we are talking about sunroofs and common sunroof issues. And we're going to start off with a couple misconceptions to help you diagnose your sunroof issue better. There are several here. I'm with my brother Eugene, who's been working on sunroofs for how many years? 20? 30?
1999.
Oh, so he's been working on these guys. So first misconception is this guy here. What's this do?
So that is a glass panel with a seal on it that opens and closes. It vents. It also slides back underneath the roof skin.
Okay.
Which allows water around it all the time. There's 4 drain tubes in every car that has this roof, and it drains out from each corner of the roof depending on how the car is sitting. Some of the larger roofs that only vent, or if it's a smaller roof that typically vents, then there are no drain tubes and there is a seal issue.
So this right here is not a seal to keep water out on the physical sunroof.
It's there to reduce the amount of water coming in.
Gotcha. So if you get up here and you're looking at it and there's a bunch of water down in your car, this usually isn't the issue.
Typically, no.
Okay.
Typically, it's either a clog, like something actually obstructing it, or something is pinched, which will also cause the same problem.
So you're talking about drain tubes there. And so as we come into here, there's actually I'll get really close. There's a little reservoir, and we've been dumping some water because I've wanted to learn a little bit more about this. And if we come over here, it's gonna be dark. There's actually a little drain tube. That's what Eugene was talking about here. And what happens is these drain tubes clog up, and then the water builds up and it dumps down in here and it gets into your headliner or inside of here. So let's run some water through there and see what happens. So first off, I'd like to say that this is a totally healthy sunroof on this 2025 Subaru Outback. So we're dumping water down this, but if yours is clogged, you don't want to dump a ton of water and fill it up past this little reservoir line and into your car and headliner. So this is where we're going to dump a whole container of water, and I'm going to watch this drain tube and show you guys what it does. And if your car is healthy, you should be able to get 24 to 32 ounces down these drain holes. So here goes a constant pour of water. And did you hear it? Did you hear there's a little guzzle there?
I can hear it. It's like an echo, but yes.
Yeah. So there's a little guzzle. That means your drain ports are working, and it's flowing past and through and down into that. And I'll show you where the water exits from next. So on this model of car, our drain tube is by the front wheel. You can see there's our front wheel, and the fluid comes out from a little port down in here. Hard to get in there with that, but it's in there. That's where the drain comes out. So as we're here drinking beers and checking out these sunroof potential issues. So first, we're gonna try to clear those plugs if there's an obstruction. So things like pine needles, bugs get clogged in there, and that's what you need to clear first. And that's when you want to consider, if you can't get in here and clean it out here, then talk to a professional. Other common issues are the weld here at the vehicle. If that's not sealed right, that can cause a leak that looks like a sunroof leak but isn't. Another thing is if the windshield is improperly installed, or a seal in the windshield is not correct, that can simulate something that looks like a leaky sunroof. All right, so this is the recap to tie it all together. 1, this is a seal to keep dust out. and minimal water, but it is not watertight. Water is designed to flow through this. So if you think the seal is bad, it's not the issue if you are getting water in the vehicle. This is mainly for dust and to keep some water out. And things like bumblebees, sticks, praying mantises, any larger things, so they can't fit through there.
Good rule of thumb is if you take any business card, you should be able to push it down in between the roof skin and the glass panel, and you should feel some resistance all the way around. If you do, then it's not the sunroof seal that is the problem. There's something else. No, actually,
all right.
I'm not being funny. Actually, it felt good.
Our next thing is know where your sunroof drains are. Most of the drainage happens from the front because cars have a frontward tilt. So you got on this vehicle, it is here, and it is here for the front drains, but there are rear drains back here too, so water can go either way.
Typically at the back of the rear doors.
Okay.
Whether it's an SUV, sport utility of any kind, or a four-door vehicle. It gets
so if you pour water into the drain trough here and the car is on a uphill, it will drain to the back drains, and then you can check the back drains as well.
Yes.
For some people, if you're coming home and you always pull in front first and your car is always at that, it might always drain to the back. So you might want to check those, throw some water in here and see if it drains back here, but without overfilling it. Then, clear out any debris in here. Would you recommend a vacuum? Just clean this out with a vacuum, wipe it out?
If it's a wet dry vac or some type of blower, yes.
Okay.
But also just a rag and just get the trash out. And then make sure it drains afterwards.
All right. And then also look for signs that water's been sitting inside here. If you have a line where water has just been collecting and sitting and not draining, I mean, that's a sign that you got to clean something out in here or down where the sunroof drains at the wheel wells or at the back door. Where those drains are different on every vehicle, so you have to know where that is on your specific vehicle. But if you have something right here clogging it and you clean it out and you see the water come out, then you solve the problem. So the other common thing is if for some reason something happens and the sunroof is off angle, that can let more water than the system can handle into this drain trough system. So looking at it and making sure that this comes up and it's flush when it's closed, that's another thing that you want to check for. That's another common thing that happens that messes up a sunroof. So, and our last thing was a faulty weld here on the vehicle, like right here where that seal is. If you have a faulty seal or weld, that can let water in. It can look like a sunroof leak, but it's actually this weld here, rust, a bad seal, a bad weld that can cause it. Or the same thing with a windshield. If you have the windshields not installed correctly and it's not sealed correctly, that can let water in as well. So that's our video here, just taking a quick look at sunroofs, how they drain, and common problems with them. If this was helpful, give a thumbs up, and if you want to know more, leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks. Have a good day.